All right. So welcome everyone, and we have the perfect group today. This is like what a wonderful grid of energy that's already, flowing between us. Um, Today is a great day to really let your imagination run wild. Um, if at any point in the day you're like, oh, that's not real, or oh, I'm just making that up, or oh, this is just me, that is a wonderful opportunity for you to stop and go, oh, wait a minute. Anytime you get an automatic self doubt, that's a wonderful chance to go, huh, it must be real because I'm so used to self blocking that if I'm self blocking, that means I'm hitting an area of reality that my up till now I considered dangerous because of all the wonderful reasons why we, block all that's wonderful within us. So today, I guarantee you're going to be hitting a lot of blocks. It'll be your chance to thank the block. Thank you for having been with me all this time. But you can either join me with the energy going forward, or you can return to your energy family. We don't need the block anymore because now we're learning techniques. So we're not going to be vulnerable. So of course, I'm Bonita, and this is Lord Snaggletooth. He goes by Snag, and he is wonderful at cleansing energy and space. He's a really extraordinary little fellow. So as I was saying before, the idea of this class came from a conversation Dahlia and I had about the heart centers. Because, most people, when they talk about like, oh, we're going to do a chakra meditation, they start at root chakra, work their way to crown, and you just like cleanse and expand each chakra like it's a light bulb that you're polishing and then turning on. And this is great. I mean, I love doing that. That's like learning the scales on the piano. But we have like 2,000 chakras in our bodies. And then our bodies are connected to grids and networks outside of our bodies. As I was saying before, and I'm going to repeat for the people who came in afterwards, and so it's recorded. If you look at your energy centers in your body, chakras are basically where two lines of energy cross, or where an area of energy naturally expands. So we have thousands of them. We've got the 7 major chakras because those are like Grand Central Station locations. That's where lots of energy flows. But you have all these minor chakras everywhere. And then as the energy is flowing from our body, both emanating out, so as we do an aura expanding meditation, all of our energy will start expanding and merging until we become one chakra in this room. All of us together become one because our energies incorporate with everyone else's. As we're going through our life, we have our guides who are helping us, a guardian angel, past lives, ascended masters, light beings, whoever. We have lines of energy that are connected to them. We are also connected to our higher self and each and every one of our past lives. We're connected to our ancestors, all of your family members and all that our family members are connected to. So there's your ancestors of this life, plus all of your past lives, and then everyone they're connected to and all of their guides and their light beings. We're literally, each and every individual one of us, connected to everything in all dimensions, all realities, all universes, all time. It's like, what's that game with that actor, the 7 degrees of Kevin Spacey, Kevin Bacon, I guess we don't want Kevin Spacey. That would be the darker version of that game, right? But the 7 degrees of separation with Kevin Bacon, I mean, we all really are that. Oh, each and every one of us is connected to Kevin Bacon. So if we start realizing that all of everything is really one being and we're each individual elements of the one being, and yet we're going through life trying to power it all on our own. Oh, I can do it. I can do it. I don't need any help from everyone. We literally have all and everything that can help us. And we make it so hard on ourselves. So today's class is going to be, how can we create or use techniques to make use of energy both from within ourselves or around ourselves to support whatever is our intention. I know, this is so great. Any of you who have studied Prana Shakti with me? Yes. Prana Shakti is an ancient form of Hindu energy work, as well as meditation, diet, lifestyle, philosophy. And it is, you, to make a long story short, you open your being, your crown chakra, and you connect to all and everything, all dimensions, all frequencies, all gods, all beings, everything. And you invite that which is best utilized to support your intention to flow through you. So when I do energy healing, whatever energy the person or the place I'm healing or is needed will flow through me to that being. One time I was asked to heal an injured back. The energy didn't go to the back. It went to supporting muscles and emotions and states of mind that caused the muscles to tense up. And this person was in a constant state of receiving healing from me for 30 days. And at the end of the 30 days, this person had a completely different outlook on life. And the back injury naturally healed itself because the person changed diet, lifestyle, stress level management, everything. Because the back wasn't the issue. The back was, a response to issues. So that's like what the prana, if I was just doing a different kind of energy healing, I might send energy to the spine, but that wasn't the actual issue. Although I think most people who do energy healing would have found what I found, that there were underlying issues. So that's a little bit of how we're going to work today. We're going to look within ourselves and see what chakras best support what other chakras and what out there best supports what we want in here. And there's various techniques. Like, is there anyone here who does like chanting, like Buddhist or Hindu chanting ever? Okay. Is there anyone? Awesome. Is there anyone here who does like shamanic drumming ever? Right. I mean, even if you did it once, a drumming circle, or anyone who does like sacred dance or any kind of, dance for energy. So we're exactly. Each and every one of these is a different way of accessing energy and a type of energy. And, so going through any kind of ceremony to open yourself up for an energy will then, it's like an invitation. It's like manifestation. It becomes an invitation for that energy to come into your being and flow through you for what you need. I mean, when you get down to it, manifestation is just energy work. You're setting intention and energy and action. And that's energy healing is the same. You're manifesting well-being energy to something that needs it. So I want to talk first for a moment about, the more I study different forms of energy healing, the more I realize they're all the same. They're just like a slightly different version of the same thing. We're talking about energy work. It doesn't matter if you're doing prana shakti, Reiki, IET, healing touch, whatever you're doing, you're still inviting energy to flow through you and make a loving, you know, difference in a being. When we're drawn to different kinds of energy healing, it's because this is an energy healing that you feel you can resonate with. Someone will say, "Oh, I find that one very boring and weird. I do this one." But when you get down, it's all working with energy flow. So if you have a kind of energy that flows a certain way, then you want to heal that certain way. I know a lot of people who do Reiki that after a while they're like, oh, I don't even do the symbols anymore. I just let the Reiki energy flow, right? I mean, you get the point where you're like, okay, whatever, just do it,
Take the training wheels off.
Exactly, exactly. And the symbols are there to help you learn how to create the intention and feel the energy, because the energy is like impressed into those symbols. But once you know the energy, the training wheels come off. Exactly. And I'll admit, with Prana Shakti, I am supposed to go through like anywhere from 5 minutes to an hour of devotions and prayer to open up and let the energy flow. Because really, Buddhists and Hindus love symbols and prayer. I have ADHD, so I'm like, okay, do it. Good, let's do it.
The 5-course meal, where's the nearest McDonald's?
Exactly. Because once you resonate with an energy, then it becomes part of your being. It's impressed within you. You are the symbols. And then you can go and you're like, oh, well, I want to do angelic energy. Oh, well, now I'm doing angelic healing, but I don't know, it just feels like a slightly higher frequency of the same thing I was always doing. So I guess I'm doing it wrong. No, you're not doing it wrong. It's a higher frequency, slightly higher vibration of what you were doing before. Then you're like, okay, now I want to do shamanic. I want to do Mongolian shamanic. And I'm going to go and I'm put on my animal cloak and I get my drum and I'm barefoot and I'm like dancing under the moonlight and the stars. But it feels like the same thing I was already doing, but just a little more resonant and thumpy. You're like, well, yeah. So for today's class, we'll remove all differentiation of energy healing and realize it's one healing, but you're doing slightly different aspects of it or frequencies of the moment. And it's okay to weave them together or to use one to support another. Like to bring it to a 3D example, I was a chef for 35 years. I was a chef. And people say, oh, what style of cuisine would you prepare? Well, it was 35 years. I pretty much prepared every style. And why does fusion cuisine exist? Because people get tired of doing the same thing. You want to mix it up. It doesn't matter if it's like Chinese or Vietnamese or French or African. You're still going to cook chicken to 165 degrees internal temperature or poison people. So it's like it just doesn't matter. It's like a slightly different technique, different spices, different aromas for the same thing. So I'll get off my soapbox, and I would like us to start with here. Let me go to part 2.